evening or morning, wherever you might be in this world. Setting up this quick recording to reflect again over just kind of recent thoughts and things that have transpired and whatnot. I just think it's so incredibly beautiful that God Himself came to this earth, that He bore pain and sin, picked up that cross and took it upon Himself. I often feel so unworthy at times that, who am I to be saved? And maybe that's a strange thing to hear myself say, but I, God is so incredibly good that it's so hard to even understand. And when we read our Bible, I just can't even comprehend the goodness of God. And the more I read about Him, the more I'm just terrified that I fall short in every category. And I think a lot of that has to do with our fallen humanity and just the wickedness of our own heart. And it's truly amazing that God values us so much. And there's so many times I just I'll read different stories, like when God reached out to Abraham, at the binding of Isaac and said that that the angel said that God would send His son in place of Isaac, so you don't have to give yours. I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember the words off the top of my head. And it's just so beautiful. It's like the great lengths that God went to reach out to humanity. I mean, it's really quite something. And it's difficult to not feel guilty, I think, in many ways. And it's difficult to just understand the level of beauty. I mean, we worship God because He is. He is good. He is truth. He is life. And He's absolutely everything that we want in our lives. He is our life. When Moses encountered God on the mountain and Moses asked God, when the God of my father sends me, and they asked me what is His name, what shall I tell them? And God replied, I am that I am. And for a long time, I kind of struggled with understanding that, you know, but the the more I study about God, the more it makes sense because He's so incredibly good and beyond human comprehension that it shakes your very soul. That being said, um, I'm just so grateful for having Jesus in my heart and in my life, and I make mistakes every day, and sometimes I feel like I'm drifting farther, and other days I feel like I'm closer, but I think um, I think the trend is in the right direction, and I look forward to faith and in my faith and really trying to be more like Him. And I think something that God has really opened my eyes on recently is just the degree of beauty, just who He is. It just it changes you. It's almost like the more you know about God, the more you see yourself and the world for what it is, filth. I mean, the more beauty I see in God, the more filth and disgust I have for myself and for the world. And so it's really, I don't even know how to describe it, but anyway. Have a good night and remember to keep Jesus in your heart and in your thoughts and prayers and give Him thanks during this holiday season.